And thank you for joining me for video number 6 in the Challenge Your Thoughts workbook. We are talking cognitive distortion number 4, disqualifying the positive. Alrighty, let's read the definition together. Okay, so you reject positive experiences by insisting that they don't count for some reason or another. In this way, you can maintain a negative belief that is contradicted by your everyday experiences. Okay, this one is very, very destructive, right? Because anyway, it's very destructive. And so let's talk about disqualifying the positive, and I'll give you an example and then we can work on fixing it. Distortion scenario. So you walk into a room and your friend tells you that it looks like you've lost weight, but you just aren't feeling it. So you reject it to say, it must be the clothes because I haven't lost an ounce, right? You continue to go on feeling not so great for the rest of the day. So this is the scenario, okay? Envision this in your mind. Okay? So you're walking into the room, friend tells you it looks like you lost weight, you just reject it. Okay. How does that impact your thinking? All right. You make a choice to stay stuck in a state of negativity. You choose to have a less than great day and you continue to form thought patterns that are negative. Okay. So think about this choice that you made, right? Your friend or someone tells you that you look great and it looks like you've lost weight, but you just won't accept it. You'll just disqualify that positive comment or compliment or just situation that has happened. And then you put a negative spin on it, right? Because you're disqualifying the positive. You get stuck in this state of negativity and you're making a choice, okay, to form thought patterns that are absolutely negative. Now, a lot of times when we are experiencing or putting ourselves through this distortion of disqualifying the positive, there's this pull right between the positive and the negative, and we're fighting to be negative sometimes. And this is a distortion that happens for many people and for a lot of different reasons. And this impact on thinking can have an impact on the self, right? I mean, of course, you see this impact on thinking, it's negative, but over time, you just develop these patterns, right? You develop these patterns where you just cannot take compliments. You cannot celebrate the small wins. And if you think about it, right, life is just a whole lot of small wins, and you can't see it. And so you can see how this becomes very destructive. Well, let's focus now on how do we fix it. Positive affirmations, right? You remind yourself that you need to be kind. You need to be kind to yourself. And if someone gave you a compliment, they probably meant it. Something drove them to give it. Okay? Now, take a look at yourself. Okay? This is another strategy, right? You're going to remind yourself and then you're going to take a look at yourself. Okay? Give yourself a wink. Choose to walk with an extra stride in your step. And tell yourself that you look great. You can choose to believe that you look great, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I bet a lot of people when they hear that, right? You can choose to believe that you look great. They're like, me? No way. Right? They can't see it. How you fix it is you accept it. You open your arms and open, your heart to the goodness. So go ahead, open your arms and choose to grab on to that positive comment, to that positivity, to having that extra stride in your step. Not an arrogant stride where you just, you think that, you're just, I don't know, like the best thing that's ever walked on earth, right? But just with the positivity that, you know what, I feel great. I look my best. I'm working towards looking my best. I feel good. Okay, that's how you fix it. Okay, now something to ponder and to reflect on and to comment on. Are you kind to yourself? Do you give yourself credit? So if you answered that, I mean, I'm okay, I'm kind of kind to myself, right? But I could be better. Then what you do, okay, and that's a lot of us, because a lot of us are our worst critics. And if you're here, right, obviously there's something that you want to work on. And deep down inside, you know that you can be better and more kind to yourself. So how do you do it? Okay. List 5 things that you should give yourself credit for. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 things that you should give yourself credit for. So the first thing you do, right, is you use these strategies, right? How do you fix it? Okay. You give yourself a wink. Choose to walk with an extra stride in your step, right? So once you start thinking like that, feeling like that, right? Feel like you're walking with an extra stride in your step. Then go ahead and write down the 5 things that you know you should give yourself credit for. For me, I'm a hard and smart worker. I like that about myself. I'm gonna give myself credit for that. Okay. I have been, really paying attention to my health, and I've been way better at that. I'm going to give myself credit for that. Okay? What can you give yourself credit for? Go ahead and think of 5 things, and don't stop until you've thought about 5, or until you've come up with 5 things. Each one of us can come up with 5 things. Okay? So that's how you focus, or you become aware of how you disqualify the positive, and then you get rid of it. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me in looking at cognitive distortion number 4, which is disqualifying the positive. And thank you for excuse me. Thank you for committing to fixing this when you do it, to raising your awareness and then fixing it. Again, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video where we tackle cognitive distortion number 5, which is jumping to conclusions. Oh my gosh, I do that one too. Thank you. Aloha.